Have you ever heard of a saint named Josephine Bakhita? This Sudanese woman who was born in Olgossa, Darfur, now Sudan. She is the patron saint of Sudan and victims of human trafficking. Welcome back to our channel. Today we will talk about one of the many African saints. Josephine Bakhita is a female Muslim saint in the Roman Catholic Church. Saint Josephine Bakhita, born around 1869, was a Sudanese-Italian Canossian religious sister. She survived childhood kidnapping and brutal enslavement, becoming a profound symbol of hope, forgiveness, and freedom. Canonized by the Catholic Church in 2000, she is celebrated as the patron saint of Sudan and survivors of human trafficking. Born in the Darfur region of Sudan, she came from a loving, prosperous family. Around age 7, she was tragically abducted by slave traders. Forced to walk 600 miles barefoot, sold and resold in the market of Obeid and Khartoum, she experienced the humiliations and suffering of slavery, both and moral. She was then sold 5 times in the slave markets of Sudan. Every day she was whipped until she bled. The trauma made her forget her birth name. Her captors named her Bakhita, meaning fortunate or lucky in Arabic, a cruel irony. For over 12 years, she was sold and resold many times, enduring physical abuse and severe scarification. In 1883, in the capital of Sudan, she was bought by Callisto Legnani, an Italian consul in Khartoum, who treated her with kindness. For the first time since the day she was kidnapped, she realized with pleasant surprise that no one used the lash when giving her orders. Instead, she was treated in a loving and cordial way. In the consul's residence, Bakhita experienced peace, warmth, and moments of joy, even though veiled by nostalgia for own family, whom, perhaps, she had lost forever. When political turmoil forced him to return to Italy in 1885, Bakhita accompanied him. On arrival in Genoa, Mr. Legnani, pressured by the request of Mr. Michieli's wife, consented to leave Bakhita with them. She followed the new family which settled in Zianigo. When Theodota Mimina was born, Bakhita became her babysitter and friend. She was later given to the Michieli family, serving as a nanny for their daughter. When her owners traveled, they left Bakhita and the child with the Canossian sisters in Venice. At the Institute, Bakhita encountered Christianity for the first time, deeply moved by a loving God. Now she heard of the King of the universe, who is goodness in person. What is more, this Lord knew, loved, and delighted in her. Josephine understood that this master had himself become a captive like her and for her, had been scourged like her and for her. And now he was awaiting her at the Father's right hand. Josephine said, "I am definitely loved, and whatever happens to me, I am awaited by this love, and so my life is good." On January 9, 1890, she was baptized and confirmed, taking the name Josephine Margaret Fortunata. When the Michieli family returned, Josephine refused to leave the convent. The court ruled she was legally a free woman, as slavery was illegal in Italy. After several months in catechumenate, Bakhita received the sacraments of Christian initiation and was given the new name, Josephine. It was January 9, 1890. She did not know how to express her joy that day. Her big and expressive eyes sparkled, revealing deep emotions. From then on, she was often seen kissing the baptismal font and saying, "Here, I became a daughter of God." Choosing to serve God, Josephine entered the Canossian novitiate in 1893 and took her final vows on December 8, 1896. Josephine Bakhita was consecrated forever to God, whom she called with the sweet expression, "the Master." In 1902, she was transferred to the city of Schio, northeast of Verona, where she assisted her religious community through cooking, sewing, embroidery, and welcoming visitors at the door. She soon became well loved by the children, attending the sisters' school and the local citizens. She once said, "Be good, love the Lord, pray for those who do not know him. What a great grace it is to know God." She was assigned to a convent in Schio, northern Italy, where she lived for over 40 years. She served with immense humility and a radiant smile, working as a cook, sacristan, and doorkeeper. The townspeople adored her, affectionately calling her Madre Moretta, Black Mother. Josephine harbored no resentment toward her former abusers, embodying radical forgiveness. She famously said she would kiss the hands of her kidnappers as those events led her to Christ. During her final years, she suffered from painful illnesses but remained cheerful. She was loved by many in the city and was a bastion of comfort during the trials and bombing of World War II. She patiently suffered long, painful years of sickness in her old age and continued to attest to Christian hope. In final days, she relived the agony of her enslavement and is said to have called out, "Please, loosen the chains, they are heavy." On February 8, 1947, at the Canossian convent, Shio, surrounded by the sisters. A crowd quickly gathered at the convent to have a last look at their mother Moretta and to ask for her protection from heaven. The fame of her sanctity has spread to all the continents and many those who receive graces through her intercession. She passed away, her final words a plea to the Virgin Mary. She is said to have died with a smile on her lips after seeing a vision of the Virgin Mary coming towards her. Pope John Paul II declared her venerable in 1978, beatified her in 1992, and canonized her on October 1, 2000. Her feast day, February 8th, is now the International Day of Prayer and Awareness Against Human Trafficking. Pope Benedict XVI featured her story as a masterclass on Christian hope in his 2007 encyclical. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, so we can bring you more content like this and other wonderful subjects. Saint Josephine Bakhita's life remains a powerful testament to faith, resilience, and the triumph of the human spirit. She stated that, "As a human, I long to live in freedom." What does that mean? She desired to make decision from a place of authentic love and not respond from the wounds of the past and my present. Wounds that make me feel trapped also make me feel like I do not have a choice in the matter without control. Men, women, and children of all ages and from all backgrounds can become victims of this crime, which occurs in every region of the world. The traffickers often use violence or fraudulent employment agencies and fake promises of education and job opportunities to trick and coerce their victims. This story is about the human spirit and its ability to survive. Human trafficking is the recruitment, transfer, harboring, or receipt of people through force, fraud, or deception, with the aim of exploring them for profit, emancipation, or freedom from bondage. Bakhita's legacy is that transformation is possible through suffering. This story of deliverance from physical slavery also symbolizes all those who find meaning and inspiration in her life for their own deliverance from spiritual slavery. She is venerated as a modern African saint and as a statement against the brutal history of slavery. She has been adopted as the patron saint of Sudan and human trafficking survivors.